Let's go to the magic of Skype now and welcome in Thug Rose Namajunas. Are you there? There she is. Hello, Rose. How are you?
Yes, I'm here. I'm good. You're a little quiet, though. Let me see if I can... Oh, shoot. As loud as it goes? Okay.
Can you hear me now? How do I sound?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
It's still soft, but I can understand you.
Okay. How are things? When we came to you there, you had like a bit of a frown on your face. Are you okay?
I was so upset.
Oh, damn.
No, I'm good.
You're good? We're less than 2 weeks away now.
Yeah.
Are you at the point now where you just want it to happen already? How would you describe your mindset? First title fight in the UFC.
Yeah, I've pretty much been here for about the entire training camp. I've been wanting it to happen. So, yeah, I've been ever since seeing, Joanna become champ. I've been wanting to fight her ever since and become the best myself. So it's been a long time coming, and I'm just tired of waiting. But I gotta stay patient.
I want to go back to a couple of weeks ago in Las Vegas. They had this press conference, and you, GSP, Bisping, TJ, Cody, Joanna, you're all there, and you and Joanna kind of stole the show as far as the face-off is concerned. And your demeanor was just so fascinating because she was trying to intimidate you as she likes to do in the face-offs, and you were just stoic. Like I rewatched it last night. You didn't even blink. You didn't even move. You were just like, you were stoic. That was the best way. What is going through your mind during that? Do you just block it all out? Like, can you put us in your head at that point as you're staring at her and she's trying to rile you up?
Yeah, it doesn't matter as much of a great champion as she is, as much as I'll take those. Oh, my bad.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, maybe these be better. There we go. Yeah, it just doesn't matter who I'm standing across from. I'm gonna be me every time. I'm gonna be, I'm not gonna let nothing rattle me. What's going on around me, it doesn't matter. All I can control is myself. And no matter what she's doing, whether she's, trying to give me a high five or whether she's trying to spit in my face, it really shouldn't have any effect over me and my emotions.
What was she saying to you? Do you remember?
I think she started out by saying like mentally unstable, and she said something else that I kind of just like when she said that, I think I just like blanked out. Like I don't remember what she said in the middle. And then I think towards the end, as she was like walking away, she said, "I'm going to fuck you up," or something like that. And I don't know, kissed her hand, but I couldn't make out everything, but I was kind of like in this weird trance state where I was getting, a few words here and there, but yeah.
Do you do that? Like, do you do that? We're even looking at another picture where you had your head on your, on your hand. You're just like, you look like you were kind of like bored or maybe not wanting to let any of it sink in. Do you put yourself in that mindset so that it doesn't rattle you?
Yeah. There's no room for, of course, fighting is one of the most emotional things that you can possibly do. You have to constantly deal with your emotions, especially myself. I have so many that, that's where I get my energy from, but it's a matter of controlling them. And, I just don't let nothing affect me.
What do you make of her trying to do that? Do you find it silly? Do you understand why she does it? Do you have any take on it?
No, it's just a script, it's the same script that she's been playing over and over again. So to me, it's kind of played out, but, that's just who she is. That's what she does. So, I don't know. There's nothing really, no thoughts on that.
Okay. Of course, last time we spoke to you was during Pat's interview a couple months ago, and you made a brief cameo, and you guys really put out a lot out there. What kind of feedback did you get after that about wearing your emotions on your sleeve? I know you're not really on social media these days, so maybe you didn't get any feedback at all. But if you did, what kind of feedback was it?
I think that Pat actually got a lot more feedback than myself. I think he got a lot of people that were really inspired by his message, because, a lot of people can relate to that story. And, drug addiction and all this other stuff, that's a real life problem, I think. And I think, just mental health is definitely like something that I think needs to be needs to be talked about a little bit more. And I think that people are struggling with a lot nowadays, especially with, tragedies that go on and stuff. I think that there's a lot that people want somebody to say, or talk about it. And I think instead of focusing on the problem, we can focus on the solution. And that's kind of what I'm fighting for right now is, martial arts to me is the answer to all those problems. To me, Joanna could say I'm mentally unstable and this and that, and she might be right, I have a history of it in my family, but I think that's what makes me so great of a fighter. I'm crazy as hell. So, and fighting, helps me with that. And I think that if more people would hit a bag and more people would train martial arts the right way, I think there would be less tragedies in the world and less, fucked up things that would happen.
We saw how it affected you leading up to the Carolina fight. So how are things at home leading up to the most important fight of your career?
Yeah. This training camp has definitely been, no training camp comes without its challenges or struggles. This training camp, everybody is on point, Pat is, I don't know how to describe it. He's just amazing, he swings for the fences for me every day. And, Tony, Trevor, everybody's just in such a great state of mind, like no matter what is in our way, we're just, we just keep trucking forward. We just keep pushing forward. And it's not, I don't know. Everything's been great. My life, I can't complain. I have a beautiful house that I've worked so hard for, beautiful animals and family and friends. And this is just what I've created for myself. And I'm going to continue to do so.
Since that fight at UFC 201, you had the one fight against Michelle Waterson. You looked fantastic in that fight, and now you get the title shot. Does a part of you kind of wish that you had a couple more wins before the title shot, for the confidence, or not necessary?
No, it's all internal, no fight. No matter how many fights you have, you're always going to be nervous stepping in the cage. You're always going to have those jitters and stuff. And not because of the other person. It has nothing to do with Joanna. Of course, she's, she can, sorry, she has certain strengths, like her intimidation factor and this and that, but all in all, it's all the same. Everybody that I fight, they end up doing the same thing. They can't figure out what's going on the outside. I have this movement that's just really hard to figure out. And then, eventually they try and grab me, one way or another, whether it be take me down or try and clinch or whatever, but it's all the same. And I think that, Joanna is going to turn to be her version of the same chick, but she's going to be the same chick that I fought every time.
Have you watched a lot of her fights? Are you the kind of fighter to do that?
I try and catch what I can, that's not definitely something that I focus on. We take like a smaller portion of the training camp to kind of figure out what are the likely scenarios, let's prepare for those. Let's prepare for their strength. And let's also keep in mind their weakness too. Like where could we also potentially attack? But really in all, the same formula goes for everybody. I just be the best version of myself, dedicate maybe a week or two to preparing for whatever they might bring, and then bring it back to me and, kind of, I guess, put on the finishing, polishing touches and just get ready to fight, whether that be, and, that's another thing too. Like, of course, you watch your opponent just to see what's the likelihood of this or that happening, but you have to be ready to adapt to any scenario. I mean, for all we know, Joanna might pull out, and then they could replace it with somebody else. You never know what's going to happen. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but you just got to be prepared for anything. I mean, even maybe it is her, but what if, all of a sudden she has this crazy wrestling, skills that she's been hiding this whole time. You don't want to sleep on nothing or nobody.
She has obviously been undefeated in the UFC. Not many, slip-ups, but maybe if there's one criticism, maybe it's that she starts a little slow, right? Against Claudia Gadelha, she started slow. She had to come back maybe a little bit against Andrade. Do you agree with that assessment that she starts slow? And are you going to look to, expose that? Are you going to look to try to start really fast to counteract the fact that she starts slow at times?
I don't know. I think that is definitely kind of habitual thing that, you kind of see, and whether that be because of her or whether that be the other person, they start really fast. I don't know. To me, I think maybe it's just because of her composure in there, and she just like really, takes a few to kind of like snap into her zone. I don't know. Really, it's all speculation and stuff. But for me, I'm gonna do what I do, regardless of what her pace is. I'm gonna set the pace. So everything that I'm doing, everything that she's doing is because I'm making her do it.
Did you think that at 25 you'd be fighting for a UFC belt? Did you think this would happen so early in your career?
Actually, yeah. I said a while back that I wanted to be a millionaire by the time I was 25. So I don't know if that meant become a champ or that become, I don't know, like find a treasure of gold. I don't know. But I knew, but it kind of makes sense, And like I said, I've created this for myself. I've done all the steps to get to where I'm at right now, and I've kind of just visualized. I said I wanted to have a house by the time I was 25 and make $1 million somehow. So, well, we'll see.
And, I make this mistake all the time. I always do this. This is your second UFC title fight. For some reason, the Carla Esparza fight, to me, I don't know why I always make this mistake when it comes to that fight. And that one was different because it was after the show. Maybe it's because I feel weird about The Ultimate Fighter, but that's a different story for a different day. But it leads me to this question. Yeah. How would you compare this Rose 2 weeks before to the one who was fighting Carla? Like, does it feel different as well for you?
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's some similarities, like with every fight preparation, I always go, oh, this feels kind of like this time, or that kind of feels like that time. And you start getting all these like superstitious thoughts and stuff. And it's kind of like, and then you just tell yourself to shut up. But at the same time, if I go off of like things that matter, like everything is almost kind of like opposite, I'm way more stable, way more, just in tune with myself. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It's just way in more control of my thoughts too.
Do you get nervous before big fights?
Yeah, of course. That was funny. A friend of ours was like, texted us, was like, oh man, did you see this or whatever? They look scared. They look nervous. And we're like, yeah, so are we,
Yeah.
It's like, it's just, that's the name of the game. I mean, we're getting in there, half naked in front of thousands of people, all the world's watching, like everything's on the line, all this stuff. And then at the end of the day, it's just a fight. It's just another day in the office. And literally one day we're going to look back at this and, it's just going to be a memory in our, our scrapbook.
Yeah. So maybe as this one's obviously a lot more magnified, it's bigger than the one on the Tough finale. It's Madison Square Garden, pay-per-view, GSP and all that. Do you feel like you're enjoying the ride a little more than you were going into the Tough finale fight?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that there's just like less pressure, less pressure that I put on myself, less pressure, I think, and expectations from other people. I can, shut out like just kind of dumb stuff that, other people, that people don't really know the fight game, or, the typical people that come up to you like, are you ready?
Yeah.
And it's like,
is that the worst?
Like just those kind of things are easier to shut out. Yeah. It's like, that's the worst. Or like the other one is like, are you excited?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Excited ain't the word to even describe it. So,
right.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was when people would ask Nick Diaz, are you excited? He would go on like a 10-minute rant about why he hates that word. It was classic. I learned that very early on in my career. Have you ever seen him talk about the word excited? It's great stuff.
No, but I'm definitely going to look that up now because that sounds hilarious.
What
that
about
used to be like a huge, like, just pet peeve of mine. So
yeah, I can imagine. I can't imagine if someone, asks you, "Are you ready?" I mean, I just can't imagine.
It's like, are you excited to die? It's like, shut up.
What about the break from social media? Are you done with it? Are you enjoying life without it?
I don't know. It's just something that I'm trying out right now. See if it, has some type of, just doing a social media social experiment.
I commend
I don't know.
you.
I'm like in a silence and and just kind of focusing on what's going on in my personal life and just my day-to-day, personal interactions.
Yeah. So there's no part of you that feels like, oh, I need to promote this or anything like that?
Oh, man.
Yes, please. What?
Oh, the light's not on, is it?
What happened?
Okay. I was going to say our tomatoes are so much bigger now.
Okay, yeah, let's see them.
But I don't know. Our grow tent light isn't on, though. So I don't know if we can see them right now.
We're so excited. Let's try. Can we try at least?
I know. I got so excited.
Let's see.
Should I go show them?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, bring one out.
Oh, he's going to bring them? Or are you going to go?
Yeah, he's going to bring one out.
Okay.
No, I'm going to just sit up real quick. I had these like, I don't know if you've seen these before, but these leg boot thingies.
Oh, yes.
And they squeeze your legs.
Yes. What does that do?
It just pushes out the lactic acid out your legs and stuff, and it just feels kind of good. I don't really know what the scientific applications are, but I like it because especially after I just did a nice, fast, quick run. Here we go.
Oh wow! Look at that.
We got tomatoes.
Look at that. Looks great.
Indoor.
Yeah. Eat them?
So,
have you eaten them yet? How do they taste?
Not yet. Those they're still green right now, and so those are the first ones that popped up. So we're still waiting. I'm kind of wondering if they're growing a little slow right now or what. I don't know. But they're a beefsteak tomato, huh? I know. Pat says that they're getting a lot bigger every day. I just I guess I need to keep working on my perspective.
Yeah. Who's in charge of the garden? Who takes the lead? Is it you or Pat?
I definitely I'm the overseer of a lot.
Okay.
And then Pat has been helping me a lot with watering.
Okay.
And he's gotten really good at because we even do our little pH stuff sometimes. And so he's in charge of the pH, and then I'm in charge of kind of making decisions. Although I don't know, we work as a great team. It's kind of like fight camp in a way.
Yeah. By the way, are you eating a
brownie?
brownie?
We both work together equally. No, there's a banana bread that my mom made for me.
Wow. How lucky are you? Banana bread is the best.
I know, right?
You don't have to cut a lot of weight?
This time I'd say this is probably the most that I've had that I'm going to have to cut. Yesterday I was 126. But it's kind of the same as last camp. I was a little bit bigger as well.
Okay.
I think I'm just 1 pound heavier than last camp.
By the way, did you guys see each other in the hotel, and did she try to mean mug you or something? What happened there?
Oh yeah.
When you were in Vegas, of course.
I was talking to we were for the media thingy. We were checking into our hotel. I was talking to Chris Bovino, and he was saying something that made me laugh or something. So I was already laughing. I was smiling, and then I felt something. I was I could feel her energy, So I was I looked, and I was smiling at her.
Oh no!
And then she was scowling with her hat like this, and she had her little baggie or whatever, her little roller bag, and she's she rolls to the line behind us with a scowl. I was oh, it's starting already.
Yeah. So, did you guys say anything to each other?
She was looking pretty hard with that
with the rolling luggage.
She was looking hard with that roller bag.
Did she say anything to you?
No. She was just watching me.
Okay. Well, Madison Square Garden. Does that mean anything to you, Madison Square Garden? Do you feel this feels different, or is it just another place for you?
I mean, everybody is saying how great of a venue it is, and how important it is, and all the best have, performed there. So, I'm just waiting to just, kind of feel it out in the moment. I know it's a big deal. At the same time, arena is an arena, it's I don't know. I'm not, I've been to New York a few times, so I'm kind of getting used to it or whatever each time I get there. But it's kind of just every typical like city, except just way more packed in than, from what I'm used to.
But this is Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, the fight of the century. The Knicks, the Rangers, Elton John. I mean, the greatest of the great have competed there. You could win the UFC title in just the second UFC event ever there, in the most iconic and famous arena in the world.
Yeah.
It's incredible. You can't write a better script than this.
Yeah. That it is true, and it's where Joanna wanted to fight. It's I feel like I'm going into devil's territory. I'm going to take the flag.
A lot of Polish people in New York. Are there a lot of Lithuanian people here as well? I don't know. Is there a big Lithuanian community? Do you know about that?
I think, I'm not sure in New York, but I know that they're like heavily concentrated in Chicago.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about New York though.
Do you have a big entourage coming?
I'm sure there's some from what I know, not that I'm aware of. I think that my first title fight, my mom and everybody was there, and I think that I think people understand to give me my space now.
Okay. It was a little much.
There's still some people that were letting me know that they're coming and stuff, but I think that not like the typical people that used to be coming to all my fights and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Mishka? Is she coming?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. You wouldn't leave home without her. She's the good luck charm. What's your record with Mishka around?
She's let's see. 1, 2, 3, 3-1.
3-1. All right.
Yeah.
Looking to go 4-1. Do you have a finish in mind? You've had some pretty amazing finishes throughout your career. The flying arm bar, the Watterson finish was fantastic. Do you have a finish in mind for this one?
Every fight, the mentality is punch them in the face, take their back, choke them out. So that's what I'm looking to do.
Wow, what a scene that would be at MSG, choking out Joanna Jedrzejczyk. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to this fight. Happy for you. Good to see that you're in good spirits. Appreciate you doing this. I know it's hectic, getting close to the fight, so it's great to check in with you, Rose, and looking forward to seeing you in New York next week.
Yeah, see you there.
Okay, thanks so much. All the best to you guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, there she is.
Bye-bye.
Thug Rose Namajunas stopping by.